Hello and welcome to your yin practice. For today's practice, a few props are needed. I am sitting on the edge of a blanket, so you'll need one blanket and a block. Other than that, no props needed. Now, if you like to practice with other props, feel free to pause the video and grab whatever props you would like. So we're going to start in an elevated seated position, and we're going to start off with a little bit of acupressure. So feel free to come right onto the edge of a seat if you would like. And to start off with a little bit of acupressure, we're going to look at liver 3. So liver 3 is a point that is right between your big toe and your second toe, right in between the webbing part. So we are not going to be on bone, but rather than finding a hollow depression right on top of the foot in between the webbing of your big toe and second toe. The best way that I like to stimulate this point is in a butterfly position here. And we can stimulate both of those points on both feet at the same time. I like to use maybe just my first few fingers, my fingertips there, to massage the point and find any tenderness. So you can massage that point or hold stillness. I find it more helpful to gently massage that area, and it doesn't have to be anything too specific, but we're just looking for that hollow depression point right in between the webbing of that big and second toe. So we are looking for a bit of tenderness, and you can massage this as gentle or as hard as you would like. Obviously, we don't want to force or push, and it shouldn't be painful. So if you are experiencing pain, just back off of that pressure a bit. And so that's what I love about acupressure, is that you have control over the pressure that you want to apply. So it's your body. You don't need permission to put your own hands on your own body. So feel free to explore here and really find that bit of tenderness. And so we'll stay with this point for about 1 to 2 minutes to really have a meaningful impact. And if you're finding a bit of tenderness, maybe you do this point a few times a day. Feel free to seal the lips and just breathing in and out through the nose if you haven't done so yet. Really just slowing down the exhales. Really taking time to arrive in the space. And so this liver 3 point is great to help regulate stress, especially if you might be feeling irritable or even angry, or just if you're noticed maybe you're being short-tempered with people. That might be an imbalance with the wood element, which is associated with the liver and the gallbladder of those two paired organs there. So the wood element is associated with springtime in traditional Chinese medicine. And we're very vulnerable to stagnation during this time of the season, during the springtime. So massaging this liver 3 point, if you're finding an imbalance, can be really helpful. Go ahead and release from that and come just to an easy seated position. Feel free to close down your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a few moments to relax your shoulders, just to notice the gentle ebb and flow circulating throughout your body. And then feel free to open your eyes gently here. And then we're just going to find an easy seated position here. So I'm just kind of sitting in a Sukhasana seat with my right shin in front. I'm going to start to walk my hands away from me and start to really reach my sit bones back and start to just find a gentle forward fold here. So you can round your spine as little or a lot. Totally up to you. And let your jaw relax, let your head be heavy, maybe even bring your chin down towards the chest a little bit more. Feel the breath along the sides of the ribs. And then start to walk your hands over towards the right side. Not going too deep into your stretch, just stopping to where you feel that gentle tug along the left side of the body. Pausing here, again, letting your head be heavy. Relax your shoulders, your arms as much as you can. Feeling sensation down the lower left side of your back, perhaps down into the hips. So think about letting that left thigh and left hip be really heavy here, rooted down towards your mat. Gently start to pick up your head and then start to walk your hands back towards the center. Take a pause here and then gently start to walk your hands towards the left side. And again, just stopping to where you feel that tug along the right side of the body now. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Keep that right hip and right top of thigh anchored down towards your mat. Breathing into the ribs again, noticing how this feels in your body. Gently start to lift the head and walk your hands back towards the center of your mat. And then gently walk your hands back towards your body. Nice and easy, coming to an upright position. Bring your hands behind you, straighten out your legs. Give the legs a nice little shake. Nothing particular, just gently shaking out the legs or windshield wipering the feet. And then let's come to a tabletop position. You can have your blanket out towards the top part there. And we're going to come to a child's pose. So if you know that you need some padding underneath the knees, feel free to use that blanket for underneath the knees. We're going to come to a version of a child's pose where the feet are together, the knees can be a little bit wide. We're going to make it a thread the needle type child's pose. So we're going to start with having the left arm underneath the right arm. Bring your left temple down towards the mat. Right arm is extended up towards the sky, maybe even winging that right elbow up. And so we're just opening up gently through that right side. This left arm is reaching towards the right. And left temple can be down towards the mat, or maybe even just having your forehead down on the mat, whatever feels comfortable there. Another option for the right arm, if that's still uncomfortable for you, you can wrap it behind your back and just kind of loosely have it down your back. That works in some bodies, but not everybody. So feel free to explore there and play with that. Taking a few deep breaths here. Slowly start to lift your head, bring your left arm underneath of you. Take an inhale, come up to a cow position. And then exhale, sinking your hips back to a child's pose. And then we're going to make that just a gentle flow, really emphasizing on lengthening out on the exhale. So on an inhale, coming back up to more of an awkward cow position. And exhale, slowly and long exhale, sinking back to a child's pose. We'll do that one more time, inhaling, coming up. Awkward cow pose. Exhale, nice and slow, sinking back to that child's pose. Staying here now, threading the right arm underneath the left arm. Maybe right temple comes down. And so that right arm is reaching off to the left side there. And again, maybe this left elbow feels better just pointing up towards the sky. Maybe left arm just kind of rested on your back. See what feels good here. Something that is passive, where you're not really holding on to anything or gripping or forcing. Really think about doing less here. Come back to your breath. Notice how your breath feels. few more breaths. And then starting to come back up onto that right hand. Come back up to a tabletop position. And then just briefly enough to where we can come onto our back now. Coming onto our back, keep your knees bent, feet planted. Let your spine be long. Let the back of your neck be long. Relax your shoulder blades. Relax through the hips. Draw your right knee in towards the chest. Extend your left leg long down the mat. Hug in that right knee. And then with your left hand, draw that right knee across your left leg. Start to find a twist here. And so if you have that blanket, maybe that blanket comes underneath that right knee for a little bit of support and comfort. Right arm can come out to a T, or maybe elbow is bent, making a more cactus shape there. Relax through the shoulder blades and through the front of the shoulders. Start to deepen your breath. Feel free to close your eyes and really focus in on the breath. Nice and slow, steady breath, no rush. Noticing and feeling any sensation through that right outer hip. Let your low back relax. And then on your next exhale, slowly start to make your way onto your back. Hug your knees in towards the chest. Maybe a gentle sway side to side. Let your feet come down towards your mat. Take your blanket if you used it, place it onto the right side there. And then hug your knees in towards the chest again. Keep your left knee drawn in. Extend your right leg long down your mat. With your right hand, draw that left knee across to the right side. Let your left knee find that blanket, perhaps. And then any variation through that left arm. Anything that feels helpful. Anything that feels good. Inviting your body into a gentle twist. Something that is nourishing for the body and relaxing. Letting yourself unwind, even though you're in a twist. Just really think about letting yourself unwind, release from any stresses, anything that might be holding you down. And stay here and breathe. Gently feeling that release of deeper stretch, more and more, maybe through that left outer hip. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Whenever you're ready, on your next exhale, start to make your way onto your back. Hug your knees in. Stillness or a little bit of movement. And then let your knees or let your feet come down towards the mat. Maybe your feet come a little bit wider than your hips, let the knees come together for constructive rest. And then reach for your block. Place your block on the lowest setting. We're going to place it right underneath the base of the skull. So, block is going to be on the medium height, not the lowest height, medium height there. Or maybe it is on the lowest height for you if that's more comfortable. So I'm going to have my block on the medium height, and the edge of the block, think about placing it right on the base of the skull there. Relax your arms down by your sides. And feel free to keep your knees in this more constructive rest pose, or maybe widen your knees there, whatever feels good. Relax the back of the shoulders into the mat and maybe bring your chin down towards your chest. So you might not be feeling much sensation there through the back of the skull, but start to rock your head gently to the right. Maybe tucking the chin a little bit closer to the right armpit. Notice if you're finding any sensations or if you need to move just a few centimeters. That can make a big difference. So moving nice and slow, maybe rocking gently back towards the center. And then gently rolling the head towards the left armpit. Letting your chin come down a little bit. Explore the areas there. Explore sensation. And so the key is to keep your head as heavy as you can be into that block. If you find a really juicy spot, maybe you stay with that for a few breaths. This point here is the gallbladder point, which is that paired organ with the liver. And this is called gallbladder 20. And in Chinese medicine, it's a great one to help with stress, anxiety, headaches, neck pain. Maybe you just feel like you need to relieve some stress there through the back of the head. Staying here for a few more deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, slowly start to come back towards the center. Lifting your head nice and easy and gentle. Removing the block, letting your head come back down towards your mat. Start to lengthen out your legs and invite your body and mind to a nice shavasana. You might use your blanket there if you have it to cover the abdomen. Place a little bit of weight across the belly area. Maybe you want to cover up with your blanket. Be nice and cozy and just notice the effects of the practice. Feel that ebb and flow of energy circulating throughout your body. That sweet release of tension. Come back to your breath. Fill your breath with nourishment. Fill your body with nourishment. Feel free to stay and linger in your shavasana as long as you would like. And until next time, namaste.